Hey babes, welcome or welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be giving you guys a makeup tutorial. Y'all have been asking, I don't even know what kind of makeup I'm gonna do because every time I do my makeup I just do something. But yeah, we're gonna get into today's video. Starting out with primers, I'm using two. I'm using the e.l.f. Hydra Grip, and I'm also using this pore minimalizing primer from Makeup Forever. I use the Hydra Grip primer around the perimeters of my face, and then for like the area where my nose is, I use the pore minimizer because I have some little pores and stuff right there that I like to blur out, so that's what I do. And we're just pressing our primer in and working that into the face. To get like a nice makeup look, you need to start off with a nice skincare routine. Make sure your face is clean, make sure you have your moisturizers on before adding makeup to that. You want to make sure you're prepping your skin and you're also protecting your skin at the same time. Makeup doesn't replace skincare, so please do your skincare. And now that we're all prepped, we're gonna go in with foundation. And guys, this is my Haus Labs foundation. It is one of my favorite foundations ever, but at the time of filming this video, my skin was tanned a little bit, and it was tanned a little bit weird as well. We are in the summertime, so I'm having issues with my foundation, and this is my regular shade. I did go in and use it for this video. It's not terrible, but you know, the tanner I get, I realize I need a darker shade right now. I'm not even wearing makeup for the time being because nothing really matches. Well, it is recommended because for me, there's no rules to makeup. I just do whatever, and whatever I think looks good on me, I'm gonna do it. Usually start in the center of your face and work your foundation outwards where you need like the most coverage. But I was trying to see how to get it all to blend with like my neck and like the side of my face because of how tanned I was. So that's why I started like on the edges instead of like on the inner third of my face, the inner parts of my face. And I am going in with a beauty blender, and I am using clean makeup brushes. Guys, if your makeup is not like makeup in, as we like to say, try like little things to help, like check your tools, make sure they're clean. Starting with clean brushes make such a huge difference. I am going in with this contour shade by Lancome. I don't remember the shades off the bat, but I will list them down below. So I am going in and I'm putting my contour shades at the areas of my face that I want to contour and to also like warm my skin up and give me some contrast, especially with the fact that, you know, my makeup shade is a little bit because of the tan that I have, but I am gonna work it all together and make it work. And for me, with doing my makeup, the longest part is blending because I take my time with blending. I try to go over each area more than once. I use my brushes, and then I also will use a beauty blender. When you're blending out your makeup, guys, don't drag the product. I try my best not to. Sometimes you do stuff without realizing, but I try to not drag it. I try to pat the product in and like sip in a stippling motion versus dragging it. This gives a better effect with your makeup. What do I have to do to make you? And for concealer, I combine two concealer. I use the Sephora concealer, and I also use my Too Faced concealer. I use the darker shade, like the shade closest to my skin on the outer parts, and then I use a lighter shade on the inner corner. And I did use a tidbit, like a lot of concealer, kind of sorta. It is easier to use less, it's easier to blend, and then you can always add. So definitely, if you know, if you're not comfortable with that much concealer, you can use less and then go in and add. And throughout this whole process, I will be spritzing my face because I want everything to blend seamlessly and I don't want my skin to be dry. I use the Mario Badesca spray just to hydrate in between and before blending out the rest of my product. It's not my fault. You've been lying, saying that I took away your... And then I go in with a brush to blend my concealer out. When you use a lot of product, guys, it takes a lot longer to blend, if I'm being honest with you. So yeah, I take my time and I try not to drag the product around. I use the brush because the brush gives you more full coverage with your concealer versus like the sponge absorbs a lot more. So I do use my brush to do this part. And then on the outer edges, I go in with my sponge to melt it all together.
Girl, are you crazy? Yeah, you must be crazy. I've been thinking lately it's you. You stole your piece, put it on me, but baby, it's you. Lie like a ride, but take your stuff back, baby, it's you.
And then I went in with this Juvia's Place blush. This one has like highlighter in it as well. It is very pigmented. I think this was my second time using it. So at first it's like, oh my gosh, after I blend it out, but I took my time and I got through it because it is very pigmented. You can use less.
Girl, look in the mirror. Man, you're so dirty. Yeah, you look so dirty. You were never worthy. Lately, it's you. You stole your piece.
And that's what it looks like blended out. After blending everything, I did go in with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. I thought it was recording at this time, but it actually wasn't. So I was trying to come back to show you guys that, hey, I set the highlighted portions of my face. That's what I was trying to show you guys. Then I'm going in with my Fenty bronzer, and I add the bronzer to merge the blusher and the contour into place. I feel like bronzer is that glue in between that makes it all just very seamless and pretty, and it also warms your skin up.
Then every day would rain on your parade. Shine, you can't chase, yeah. If I was Father Time, then I would change the day. So I never saw your face.
And then I'm going in with my NARS blush just to set my liquid blush that I used before and to just bring some color back into the cheeks. And then for the brows, I'm using my Morphe brow pencil. I'm not even sure the name of this, but this is what I always use. It's super inexpensive and it's very good. I always use this pencil. I will literally list it down below, guys. I'm sorry if I don't know the names of the exact things. And I'm just going in and using some of that said concealer that I use on my under eyes just to clean up my underbrow. Sometimes I line my top brow, but I don't always do it. Majority of the time I just do my underbrows and leave the top so it looks more, I guess, more natural. I don't know, but it just depends on how I feel the day that I'm doing my makeup. I'm blending everything out with a brush, and then after that is set, I'm gonna go in with the contour shade on my lower lid. And I love to do this when I'm trying to just get a smooth lid without having to worry about doing an eyeshadow. This is always super glam in just the simplest, like with just the simplest step. So after I add a little bit of my contour shade on my lid, I'm blending everything out, and then I'm gonna go over top with some of my Laura Mercier powder to set the brow bone, and then go in with that bronzer on top of the lid so everything just looks matte and super nice and smooth.
I've been thinking lately it's you. You stole your peace.
And this literally just makes it look more glam and put together versus just leaving the lid bare.
Lie like a ride,
Then I'm taking my foundation, not my foundation, wow, I'm taking my powder brush and dusting away the excess powder, but not dragging it at the same time. I'm trying to dust it away without dragging it. You don't want to drag the products across your face.
What did you think? You could say whatever and I would never. You've been flexing everywhere. Girl, look in the mirror. Man, you're so dirty. Yeah, you look so dirty. You were never worthy. Lately, it's you.
And I always try to work my way down my neck, especially because, you know, we're having this uneven like tanning situation going on. So I try to make sure I bring it towards my neck so it doesn't look too weird and it goes together for the most part with my body. So I'm adding some of my Charlotte Tilbury powder over everything. This powder is in my shade, so it's blending everything together. And then I'm going back in with the Mario spray to get rid of some of that powder. We're gonna hydrate our face with the sprays. And then I'm just letting that dry a little bit. And I'm also gonna go in with my beauty blender just to mesh everything together. I like to do that. I like to go over top and mesh everything well. Oh, I'm going in with my Morphe spray, my setting spray, and then I'm gonna do that step. Like, I love doing this, going back in with that beauty blender and just dabbing those areas where my highlight is, where my concealer is, and just like meshing everything together. This just adds to it and it makes everything look way more blended. And then I decided to do some clusters. I got these clusters off Amazon. Oh my God, doing clusters is so annoying. But we made it through. And first I'm curling my lashes and then I'm gonna struggle with these clusters. But the lashes do make a big difference. Sometimes I do strip lashes, guys, and I really don't like doing strips because oftentimes they just be hanging in the balance, but the clusters look really good. I just have to figure out how to make them last because they really don't last when I do them over like a day. And this is like the finished look with the lashes. It makes everything look so good. And I wanted to take the look up a notch, meaning I could have just gone with the face as is, just like matte and pretty, but you want to add to it. That's why it's a soft glam. Like, I do little things that literally take the look up. So I'm adding my white eyeliner in my waterline. I personally love doing this. It makes the eyes pop every time. Like, look at the difference. So pretty. I could have just left the look right here and be done. But we're gonna do just little things to make it pop. I'm going in with this liner that I got from, oh my God, where'd I get it from? It's a Soulmate liner from Morphe. Again, I will list it below. And I'm just lining my lips. And I wasn't gonna do like a lippy or anything. After lining my lips, I couldn't really figure out what I wanted. So I went in with my good old faithful clear $2 lip gloss, which you're gonna see. And I take my time in lining my lips, guys, because, you know, like, the lips are front and center and you want to make them look good. So I take my time with that. Then I went in with my $2 lip gloss that I love so much from the beauty supply store. This eats every time. A liner in this gloss always looks good. Like, you don't have to think about it.
Take your stuff back, baby, it's you.
Then I went in to clean up my lip line a little bit to make it a little bit more sharp. I would go back in with the brush that I use for my brows because it has like a little bit of leftover concealer, and then of course I go in with some translucent powder, and the look is looking so scrumptious. Like, I'm loving how this looks, and I decided to take it up another notch by adding some glow. I really didn't have to add any glow, but I'm using this Dibs Beauty Glow Stick. I think this is something that you can use all over your body, wherever you decide. So I added a little bit to the high points of my face, down my nose, and yeah, and I think I added a little bit to like my Cupid's bow and also my brows because I wanted it to be glam And then I went in with my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Setting Powder. And yes, it's like the third spray that I've used on my face. But look at how good this looks. I love setting spray. I love the Mario spray in between. Like, you need to hydrate in between so your face doesn't look really powdery, especially with the fact that you're using so many different powdered products. And then I decided to add a little bit of mascara to the bottom lashes, and then of course my beauty marks. I love going in with a black liner and adding these marks. It just makes everything look so scrumptious and just like love it, love it, love it, love it. It's literally the simple little things that takes a look up a notch. Then I went in with my Tom Ford Soleil Blend because, you know, you need a little bit of glow to the shoulders. You always need glow. So that's what I did. And I think this look turned out really scrumptious. This is my updated soft glam look. Let me know if you like it. Let me know if there's something in this routine that you do or you would do different. But for right now, this is what I've been doing and this is what I've been loving. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you enjoyed it, let me know in the comment, guys. Let me know in the comments. I can't speak. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll catch you in my next one. Stay blessed. Stay beautiful. Bye.